The coronavirus scam. I'm Rebecca Lieb.
I'm Jason Horton.
And this is Ghost Town.
A Southern California man who claimed he created a cure for the coronavirus is in federal custody tonight, accused of trying to scam people out of their money. He got 1 million hits on Instagram, which proved to be his undoing.
This is Keith Middlebrook. Yes, I created the cure that shuts down the COVID-19.
On his social media videos, Keith Middlebrook claimed he created the cure for coronavirus over 6 weeks.
It makes the cells from the coronavirus detach, release, and die within 48 hours. This is it right here, the preloaded injection.
He also promised this pill would make you immune to the virus. Just to be clear, there is no cure, no vaccine, no drug that stops coronavirus. The U.S. attorney says this was a scam aimed at extracting money from gullible people and injecting it into Middlebrook's bank account.
He was then soliciting investments in his company and promising massive profits in return.
I've been studying cell tissue and chemical biology for well over 2 decades. I'm beyond qualified. I think omniscient.
The word is omniscient, which means all-knowing. Middlebrook clearly was not. FBI undercover agents busted him for allegedly trying to sell them the phony medicine. Now, the 53-year-old with homes in Westwood, Newport Beach, and Murrieta is socially isolated in jail. He's charged with 1 count of wire fraud. He could get 20 years in prison.
If you're wondering how low you have to be to take advantage of people during this time, ask Keith Middlebrook.
Oh, it's a beautiful name.
It's not attached to a beautiful person.
Oh, that's not good.
He was arrested for selling a coronavirus antidote, cure. Actually, just cure. Not even. It's just a cure.
A cure. Just like he's selling like M&Ms and being like, it's a pill. That's a cure.
Is that how you used to make money back in the day?
Yeah. Oh, in a pinch?
You want to buy some breads?
Would you like a green M&M?
I don't love scammers. We don't love scammers.
No.
We don't love scammers, but there's something particularly heinous about this one. I think it really takes advantage of people. Saying like, get rich quick or a multi-level marketing scam is a little more passive because it's not taking advantage of a pandemic.
Exactly. There's a desperation around, as there should be. There's this feeling of needing an answer, wanting an answer. The time that we live in right now is so hard. It's hard for all of us. But it feels specifically shitty.
And there's so much information, obviously, going back and forth. People want you to read our blog post, read our news article. And right now we're no different in this sense. But I came across Keith Middlebrook because in the world of like actors, the article about what he did was like actor Keith Middlebrook. And so you look and it's like by actor, it's like, he might have done some uncredited stuff.
Access profile.
Pretty much. Something like that. And that's, that's not a comment on, what acting is. It's not really important, but that's how I caught wind of it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, of course I have to look. And it's just another huckster. Is that the right word? Like a
huckster?
Yeah, huckster.
I don't know. It's very Mark Twain.
Yeah. Like a kind of like a grifter.
Yeah.
Like just a bad
snake
person.
Oil salesman.
But on so many levels.
Yeah.
Because you've seen articles about people like hoarding masks and hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
And again, totally awful. But at least, I guess with this, at least if somebody's selling you overpriced hand sanitizer, you're getting what you actually pay for.
Yeah.
I guess the difference would be, here's some hand sanitizer, but it's just, aloe vera or something like that. So at least in that sense, as horrible as that is, but this is something that he's selling that's too good to be true. And the persona behind him is obviously makes it super compelling. I believe his main Instagram account is down, but there's a couple, I don't know if they're from him or from other people just capitalizing on his name. And this is pretty recent. We're going back maybe a month from when you're listening to this, maybe even less.
Wow.
So this is probably one of the more topical things we've discussed.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever gone back a month. Every once in a while, I'll talk about something that happened to me a couple weeks ago, but
But
nobody cares.
This is
Everyone cares about this.
and the outcome hasn't even happened yet. We still have a few more days before the outcomes. Maybe we'll follow up.
Yeah, get a little update action happening.
I was thinking about doing maybe an update.
I think okay, this guy, this feels like it deserves an update, is what I'm saying.
He advertised, I guess I'll use the word allegedly for all this because he has not been convicted of anything yet. So I'm putting that out there. This is a blanket, alleged, whatever is happening is all alleged.
Yeah.
So
legally, it's in process.
if you feel like sticking up for this person,
Yeah.
this won't be the thing you're going to use to stick up for them. So he advertised on Instagram, and just to let you know, I showed you his Instagram.
Yes, I did.
Or a copy of his Instagram, and he's maybe looks like he's in his early 50s, late 40s.
Yeah, he's clinging desperately to his 48-year-old self, I would
Pretty
say.
buff dude.
Pretty buff. He looks like a Street Fighter.
Yeah, looks like
From Street Fighter.
Yeah. Not just a Street Fighter guy.
No, he's heavily pixelated.
He's looks like a video game character. Very
does.
tan.
Very tan.
Probably a little Botoxy.
Oh, definitely. And he's got that really dark, like dyed black hair, like black hair. And then you could tell because it's receding so far, but he's just clinging to it.
I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm just turning 29 gracefully.
Yeah, that's great. No, it's very natural.
That's just how I do it.
Yeah, it's like, damn.
And he also is one of those people who he is a genius entrepreneur.
Of course.
How to make money, how to generate wealth, a life coach.
Yeah.
How to get an 800 credit score is one of his. Yeah, that's one of the things he uses to say, oh, I don't know. Then how come I have an 800 credit score?
Yeah.
Want the proof? I did a screen grab of the number 800. So
exactly. And I put a little dial at the bottom so you could tell. He's like, if you saw his Tinder profile, it would have the score as one of his photo options. The other three would be gym selfies. The guy doesn't own a shirt with sleeves.
No. Unless you're seeing his very shiny business suit when he's maybe in a limousine.
That shiny rayon fabric.
And I'm sure he's in a private jet.
Bottles. Oh, baby. Get his PJ.
But the most, as far as I know, or we know, the most heinous of what he's been accused of is selling a coronavirus prevention pill.
Awful.
Oh, but there's more.
What?
And an injectable COVID-19 formula vaccine cure.
Okay. So you have options? You have scam options.
He also claimed that Magic Johnson was on his company's board.
Wasn't Magic Johnson also in Tiger King recently?
Yeah, I think he was.
Magic Johnson, you should get some PR people. Let's get you a revamp. You don't want to be associated with these people.
And he promised potential investors millions of dollars in returns, obviously.
It's like Theranos.
He was arrested after delivering his prevention pills to an undercover FBI agent. So there was a sting. Was it a RICO case?
He's like, I want 4 PPs. And guy's like, check. Meet you at 1300 o'clock. Yeah. He's like, cool, I'm in a Camry.
Yeah, pretty much. So he claimed he was about to mass produce his own cure. The Justice Department said he got about 2 million views on YouTube and Instagram.
Of course. And
he spoke to 2 other people about investments. One was an FBI agent and one cooperating witness. Somebody was like, yeah, he scammed me all over $150,000. Sure, I'll testify against him. He's charged with attempted wire fraud. God. Bad. Wire fraud, mail fraud. Don't mess with that.
No, they'll get you on mail fraud.
Carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. He's described in his bio as a genius entrepreneur and
a genius,
the inventor of the quote COVID-19 immunity and coronavirus cure.
Oh, it's just Dexatrim. It's just like a pill. What's the Kardashian weight loss pill?
Flat tummy tea.
Magic gummy bears.
Yeah, well, they both work. Though.
Okay, that's true.
They just haven't for me yet. I need to buy more for some reason. There is a cure right here going to mass production, he said in a post on March 17th, viewed over 630,000 times.
Wow.
Now, there's a little caveat to that. I'm pretty good at reading social media data, and you look at his numbers of the views, and there was one post where, of course, this is what I go to. This is my go-to thing. Not like what you're doing is immoral and unethical. Mine is like, these numbers seem fake. So I go and I look, and there'll be a post that's a video, and it'll just say it has 300,000 views, but only 7 comments.
Yeah.
Which is, even if you have a bad engagement rate, it's in a way like, if I ask 300,000 people something and only 7 respond.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Chances are it's bought and botted and to create,
Totally.
Which is, listen, that's not the end of the world, but that's a thing to be like, wow, well, if all these other people have viewed it, there must be something to it.
Yeah.
And if he's the kind of guy to sell a coronavirus cure, he's the kind of person to lie in his social media.
Totally. That's like an old social trick.
And this might make you like him a little bit more. This is going to save and change the world. Yes, I have a meeting set up with President Donald Trump, he added.
Whoa, the prez.
Holding a syringe containing a clear liquid. The video remained online at the time of writing. So at the time, this information was out there in March. Now, in Donald Trump's defense, he probably doesn't know about this. There's a pretty good chance that Donald Trump probably has no idea who this guy is.
Yeah, no.
Just to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't know who a lot of people are.
Right,
so,
but he definitely
not this guy. Definitely not this guy. I also think it's hard because the information that we're getting, because it's so of the moment, I get how people would stumble upon this and be like, I guess I'll try to indulge. Because again, it's a time where everyone wants answers, everyone wants help, and we're getting all, like, especially with like unemployment and stuff like that, like so many things policy-wise, or like whatever money we're getting from the government is changing so quickly. I think I have a lot of empathy for people who thought that maybe this was an option.
You say, let the buyer beware and everything like that, but you don't know where people are emotionally, and he's capitalizing on that, and that's what makes it so horrible, I guess. It's a really bad. It's not even like a cure for a cold, which I'm sure, maybe homeopaths might claim. I don't know. I can't speak on that, but when you're right in the middle of it, it's a really tough place when you probably know within a couple of degrees somebody that has been affected by it in some way. It's not one of these things that's happening somewhere else and you can only be sympathetic and empathetic. Like, this is like, you're probably pretty empathetic at this point because you're probably feeling it and it's tough. And you're like, well, I can't afford to get this because I have a family or I have responsibilities and, I can't let them down. And this guy, he's tan.
Yeah.
So he's
very tan.
He's I'm like, why would he? And he was verified on Instagram, which is, as somebody who's verified on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I don't take advantage of that.
No, you're not. You're very humbled by it.
Yeah.
You serve it more than you take it.
Yeah. I'm like, look at the picture of this old building. And they're like, well, we better look at it.
Yeah, exactly. Huh? All right.
In another Instagram clip that was viewed at least 1 million times, he displayed a pill and said it makes it impossible to contract the disease for those who have tested positive.
Ugh. I'm also really worried that these pills and these, whatever's in the syringe are hurtful. Like the guy that, what did he eat? Like there was some person that took some medicine and died in his...
There was a malaria?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like, what is even... it's a hoax. It's fake. But what is even in there? Just cooking this stuff up in like a big tin drum outside of his...
I honestly hope it's something that's just like a water pill or placebo.
Me
or
too.
Like that. That's what I hope. Here's a little more from the scripture of Keith Lawrence Middlebrook. I didn't mention that.
His middle name.
When you see the Lawrence in there, you're like, oh.
You're like, sophisticated. Middlebrook, definitely his last name.
Yes, I have developed a cure for the coronavirus, COVID-19. That's it, period. After 6 weeks of intense focus and development. 6 weeks.
But intense focus. He wasn't like being diverted by Instagram. He was letting other people, he was eating,
His sleeves were rolled up.
Yeah, exactly. He was having lean cuisines, not bothering cooking, probably didn't shower that much, but focused.
His tan was very uneven.
Yeah.
Focus and development?
And development.
And, in parentheses, very little sleep.
What?
Probably because of the cocaine. Probably because of the cocaine.
That guy lives on
Adderall.
Yeah, exactly. That guy smells awful.
He's probably 85% Adderall.
Yeah, he really is. That's generous of you. I would say it's more cocaine.
I'm currently going to mass production. The CDC, the WHO, and mainstream media, capitalized, have created a pandemonium environment. Again, this is great. It's pandemonium.
This is great. It's like I'm reading a breaking news piece in the New York Times.
To answer this, just because it's what I do, I've created a coronavirus prevention pill. After 3 days of taking, the person is immune to the virus and stays immune as long as they continue to taking it once a day in the morning.
You can't. So if I took it after 10 a.m., what's morning? Do we know what morning is? Is it like a
4 p.m.? Listen, if you're living the nightlife,
If I'm at a hotel, it's like, is it the time where I get my continental breakfast? And that's like 6 to 9, 15. Or is it more like a relaxed, like 10:30?
No. He's probably burying the body of a prostitute at this time. Just getting that.
Oh, boy.
And also the COVID-19 formula vaccine cure to satisfy the physiological and psychological need at large. What?
Okay.
Why the psychological need?
More words.
You know what I mean?
More
Like,
vagueness.
Based on his YouTube videos, Keith Middlebrook doesn't believe the coronavirus outbreak is a real threat, of course. He's like,
but he made this anyway.
He made it anyway. He's like, listen, for the two of you that might have
the grace of God go I, yeah.
He accused the Centers for the CDC and the World Health Organization, WHO, and the mainstream media of lying about COVID-19 causing a pandemic. He says, all the crap you hear in the media, we're all in this together. That's bullshit. Total bullshit. Do you ever hear me curse on here? Only if I'm quoting. You don't have to participate with the losers, the massive mainstream media and CDC and WHO, as if there's a pandemic and millions of people are dying in the streets. There's not.
Whoa.
Is
He's like, I walked outside and I looked at my street. No one was dead in it. So everyone, don't believe.
Well, there's a couple people who have been dead in it, but
I mean, not based on coronavirus.
According to court records, Middlebrook was previously arrested for wire fraud in 2014 after allegedly running a fraudulent credit score improvement business. It was dismissed in 2016. The judge set his arraignment for April 16th. So as we're doing this, it's not yet, but we will follow up. If convicted as charged, he could face up to 20 years in prison. I want to thank Newsweek, Heavy, Time, and Justice.gov.
Whoa, .gov. That's serious. I actually was just talking to my uncle who is a public defender about the court system and what's happening. And actually that might be delayed because the courts are so backed up right now.
Do it on Zoom.
Do it on Zoom?
Yeah, do a
Zoom court?
Yeah, we could be Zoom jurors.
Yeah, I can just like...
always...
Bible's a digital Bible that you're swearing on?
Yeah, and then there's our cats are running in the thing and sitting. Exactly. But on a serious, like a serious note, we hope everyone's well.
Yeah, definitely hanging in there.
You can always reach out to us.
Please, we love
people reaching out, and it's been very kind. And
yeah, really inspiring, really nice. If you need a care package, let us know. We'll get out there, although I'm not sending things out this week.
Right, give us a little bit.
Hunker down a little bit. But we know, but we have good memories and we will get it to you. So just, hopefully, you're feeling okay.
And if you want your credit score to be a perfect 800, well...
Who should I call?
Seth Cohen, Brooke Davis, Blair Waldorf. Sound familiar? It Takes Three Network houses shows surrounding your favorite nostalgic teen dramas. Whether you're watching for the first time or you're binging for the 5th time, you'll definitely want to check us out.
You can listen to Tree Hill Talk, Let's Talk OC, and 3 Gossip Girls on your preferred listening platform. And for more information, visit ittakes3network.com.